Hello everyone, happy weekend. Hopefully you had a wonderful weekend or having a wonderful weekend. I don't care exactly when you do this activity as long as it's done by Monday at midnight, okay? So this is checkpoint 4, checkpoint 4. This is the second part. Last Monday we did some basic area and perimeter of some general shapes. Today we're going to take it up a notch. We're going to take it to the next level here, and this involves finding area of what's called composite figures. Composite means when you combine several things on there. And so we're going to do this activity. There are going to be a total of 9 shapes. This is going to be kind of challenging here, but you're going to be working on finding the area of these shapes. And we're going to do it in a fun way here in a math. If you've done math libs before, this is a math lib. Okay, so we're going to combine some things. Miss Smith made this, and it's really cool. But you're going to do this activity and find all these different blanks of what we're going to be doing by finding the area. So for example, if you look at this problem right here, it has this shape. If I can click on it. Come on. Okay, it has this shape. You're going to find the area of the shape, and then depending on what you find, it'll come up with some different information here that you can use, okay? And you're going to put them into the blanks that you've got. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do one with you first. I think I'm going to do number 3. Number 3 is kind of a challenging shape, so we're going to do it here. Now, you are going to fill out the activity, or do the activity, but you're going to show me a picture. You're going to take a picture of your work. You should be doing your work on a separate piece of paper. You also need a calculator for today's activity because I do want you to be as exact as possible. Okay, so please have a calculator. If you need to get one, pause the video, get one, and then unpause it when you're ready to go. Okay, so looking at the shape, we're talking about Elmo, Justin Bieber, Barack Obama, Taylor Swift, or Tom Brady. So let's find out who is going to be involved in our Mad Lib. When you look at the shape, it is a composite shape. In other words, it's got a lot of different parts to it. What do you notice? Well, maybe you notice this right here. This is called a what? Semicircle. It is half of a circle. Now, the remaining part could be called a trapezoid. It is a trapezoid, but that's kind of complicated. There is a formula for finding the area of a trapezoid, and you could do it if you wanted to. But I'm going to separate this shape up instead into a triangle and a rectangle. Now, I want to draw a line straight down to make that a right angle, so I can really get my triangle and find the area of the triangle, and then the rectangle. Now, finding this part is kind of like a puzzle. We need to put all the pieces together and see if we can identify all the parts. Now, since I have a rectangle, I need, I've got 2 sides of my rectangle, don't I? I've got that side right there. What is this side here? Well, if this side over here is 4, that means this must be 4 meters as well. Good. So now I just need to work on the triangle. That also helps me with my triangle as well, doesn't it? So now I just need the bottom part of this triangle here that we're going to do in red. Now, I've got this 10 down here, but that 10 implies this whole bottom section from here to here. I wish they had a mark there to kind of identify, but it really goes all the way from there because this part here starts curving up there. So I don't need all that though. I just need from this part here to the end, the black lines to the end. So what can I do? Well, I know this right here is how much? It's the same as this 2 up here. So this must be 2 meters. Which means if the whole thing is 8 or 10 meters, this must be 8 meters. Now you look at this and you're like, wait, how can this part in red be 8 and this part in black be 2? That doesn't make sense. It's because our drawings aren't what's called to scale. If they were to scale, that means they would be like measured out and you could get a ruler and get all the parts together. This isn't. This is, you're gonna base it on the numbers you see there, okay? So let's work through all these parts. Let's start with the triangle. The formula for the area of the triangle is base times height divided by 2, and this is what I expect to see on your paper. Area equals base times height divided by 2. At this point then, well, it's my base. My base is the bottom part of the shape with the right angle there. So my base is 8. My height is this part right here, which is 4. Remember, it has to be at a right angle, divided by 2. 8 times 4 is 32, divided by 2, area equals 16. So 16 meters squared, doesn't it? So the area of my triangle is 16 meters squared. Now let's go to the rectangle here. Rectangle, length times width. Oh, I got it there, 4 times 2, right? Area equals length times width. So area equals 4 times 2, so my area is 8 meters squared. And then I go to my semicircle here. Formula for area of a semicircle is, and you got to memorize this, pi times radius squared. So pi stays the radius. Do I know my radius? Well, this line right here, this blue line goes to the middle, goes all the way across. That is called the diameter. So the radius is half of that. So if the whole diameter is 4, that means my radius is 2. So pi times 2 squared. And if you get your calculator, let's do this, ready? And you do the pi button times the radius is 2 squared, so pi times 2 squared, which is 4, you get 12.566376061. You get this big number, okay? So that would be my area, right? No, that's the area of the entire circle, and I don't need the entire circle. I need half of that. So here's what you do, ready? Before clearing your calculator, before doing anything on your calculator, right now it should say pi times 4, which was 12.566376061, right? Without doing anything, just hit the division symbol. And when you do that, it automatically says ANS divided by. That's your answer. It took your number, it took that really big number, and it's ready to divide it by 2. And when you do that, you get the area of the semicircle, which is 6.283 ... Now, I don't need the whole thing. In fact, I just need the 2 numbers. But I can't get this 2 because the number after it is an 8, so that would mean it would round up to area equals 6.3 meters squared. Now, to find the area of the whole thing, I add all those parts up. So, 16 plus 8 plus, 16, 8, and 6.3. Ooh, make sure you line up the decimal point correctly. 0.3, 6 plus 6 is 12, plus 8 is 20. From that 2, 3, 30.3 meters squared. So we are going with Tom Brady. Tom Brady. Cool. I would expect to see the work. Now, you don't have to do the colors like I did here. You don't have to do that. But I expect to see your work for all of this work, okay? And I know that's kind of a decent amount. Some of them are going to be easier than others, and that's okay. But I want the work for them all right? So then after you've done that, you would go up to your first slide, and you could go ahead and enter in Tom Brady for figure number 3. Cool? All right, so all of you will get this copy. I expect you to fill this activity out. You're going to end up with your math lib here. And then you are also going to take a picture of your work on a separate piece of paper and upload this by Monday at midnight. Got it? Now, this is the type of activity that we're going to be doing on a test, and you've been doing some review preview that has things like this. So hopefully you feel fairly comfortable with it. Please give it a shot. Please show your work, and we'll discuss it on Tuesday. Got it? All right, have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you on Tuesday.